Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadrama Jaya Sudarsana. Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade. Jaya Laddu Gopal Jaya Venu Gopal Jaya Laddu Gopal Jaya Venu Gopal. Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Tulsi Magarani Jaya Bhakti Pragayani Jaya Tulsi Magarani Jaya Bhakti Pragayani. Jaya Sada Goswami Jaya Sada Goswami Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Sada Goswami. Jaya Gurum Parampara Jaya Gurum Parampara Jaya Gurum Parampara Jaya Gurum Parampara. Jai 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 Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada. Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai 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 Gurudev Gurudev Gurudev. Jaya Srila Gurudev. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So just we are going to the Guru Mangalacharanam and continue that Lord Mangalacharanam. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timiram Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Satguru Unnilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Savitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadadmayam Tadandisum Padandeham Vandegam Shri Gurum Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagagana Raghunatham Tadanta Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vidamsha. Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Shushadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhasya Krupa Sindhu Pevacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadatara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now we are going to singing the Mangalacharanam, Bhagavan Mangalacharanam. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Zaivam Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vimyasam Tato Jayat Mudirayat Ukam Gaurodi Vachalam Langam Langayate Girim Yakrupada Maham Mande Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Shri Guren Darinam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Srila. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the Guru Maharaj. All glories to the senior Vaishnava and Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava devotees, to my humble obeisance to all the glories to the Sri Guru and Gauranga. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji Mataji's Dandavat pranams to all your to lotus feet. Prabhuji, I am clearly audio available, Prabhuji? Yes, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, first of all, I to pray my worship to the Shiksha Gurus, to pranam to them. His Grace Sangeetan Ananda Gaura Das Prabhuji, His Grace Rasnath Gopal Das Prabhuji, His Grace Shyamasundara Lila Das Prabhuji. Without their mercy, I am in the front of you, Prabhuji. Please bless me to the talk to the truth about this Gauranga, our Mahaprabhu, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the 15th chapter. Today going to start it by mercy of to the Gauranitai. So whatever I am speaking to that, I am just the postmaster, which is the Srila Prabhupada and Krishna Kaviswami Goswami. They are explaining that one. I just repeated one because with your mercy only I can able to speak and I will to deliver it to my message what is the Srila Prabhupada written and the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So you will need your blessing. Please bless me. Anything to offense, unknowingly, knowingly, anything to and done the mistake or words mistakenly come, please forgive me to your my humble obeisance to your lotus feet. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji, can I just little bit share these things? I would like to put on small little PowerPoint presentation.
RKD Prabhu, please can you make him co?
He's already co-host.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Gurudev. Jai Vita Gaura Pramananda Mariya. Okay, I'm going to share, Prabhuji. The sharing is not showing in the Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhu, you can able to view, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Today, Madhya Lila, chapter 15th, we are going to start. The chapter name is The Lord Accept Prasādam at the house of Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya. Today we will see that by Guru and Gauranga mercy, 15.012 up to 15.10. This is the one slokas we are going to focus on this one. The focus before that I am worshipping to the Guru and Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to the Lord Chaitanya, all glories to the Lord Nityananda, all glories to the Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Today we are going about this in the chapter how they are making the one. We will see that one. chapter, this 1 to 15, the slokas, it is mentioning, this focus on the Lord Chaitanya activities at Puri. 16 to 36, the devotees celebrated various festivals. 37 to 183, the Lord Chaitanya's talk with the departing the Bengal devotees. 184 to 244, Lord Chaitanya accepted the Prasada at the Sārvabhauma house. 245 to 302, the offense and deliverances of the Amoha. This is the one, the cover of that. It's a big chapter, 302 slokas was there. Just we see our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastimes, the lila. The Lord Chaitanya pastimes, Adi lila, 24 years. They remained at home, is that doing that one. And Sesha lila, 24 years after the acting the sannyasa. This is the two part of this coming. So in the two part of verse, that Madhya in the Sesha lila, it is making the two way. One from the Madhya lila, 6 years traveled all over the India from Puri to Bengal and kept propping the Vrindavan. And second part of this one, the Antya lila, last 18 years they remained at Puri. From there, the two verses we are making it, two where it's doing the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 6 years is spent with the many devotees, established the Prema Bhakti. And the last is the doing this one, that 12 years, they devoted the relish, the pastimes of the Krishna in separation. So this is the one we are seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the pastimes, the lila. Now we are going to that in the verses, Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1. Before that, we will going to the small one, brief about the in this chapter. Actually, in this chapter, very amazingly pastimes happened. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showed his mercy, that how we are taking this the message. It is the showing here in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this the following, that in the summary of this chapter, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is the Amarda Prabhava Bhashya is given this explanation, small the chapter. After the Radhayatra, we saw that one last time, that 14th chapter, the Radhayatra festival and all the things that were happened and worshipped. From there, in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the associates, they are going the time. So, in the Advaita Acharya, he worshipped Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the flowers and tulasi to the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and return worshipped to the Advaita Acharya with the flowers and tulasi remained on the offered plate. Said it is the mantra Ya Sai So Si Namo Stu Tu. So whatever you are, but I am offer my respect unto the Mahaprabhu, unto you. So then the Advaita Acharya Prabhu invited to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for Prasādam. When would the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees performed Nanda Uchava ceremony, the Lord dressed himself as the cowherd boy. Those ceremony was very jubilant. Then the Lord is the devotees observed the Vijaya Dashmi, on the day of the victory of the when the Lord Ramachandra conquered the Lanka. The devotees all become the soldiers of Lord Ramachandra, and the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this ecstasy of the Hanuman, the manifests various the transcendently blissful activities. Thereafter, the Lord is devotee observed the various other ceremony. So this is the first times what happened in this lila, all the things that Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj is given that in the explanation brief of the one. Last one, I just read this in the paragraph. Thereafter, when the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepting the Prasādam at the house of Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Sārvabhauma is son-in-law Amoha. He created trouble in the family with his criticisms. The following the morning, he was attacked by the disease, Vikshaksha, it's called of the cholera. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very kindly saved him from the death and enlivened him in the chanting the holy name Lord Krishna. This is the first times of the Mahaprabhu. So doing the lila in the chapter, this means the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the describing how the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the Prasādam at the home of Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya and delivered the Amogha despite his offense. In the chapter, especially teaching for us. So amazing one. In the chapter, overview, three things as we are observed that one. The glories of Mahaprasadam, 1 point. Second point, the danger of the criticizing the devotees. And third, the ultimate mercy of the Lord. The three things as we can to see in the chapter of the 15th. How the Mahaprabhu was giving the mercy. How the Mahaprabhu accepting the Prasādam. How the Mahaprabhu glorifies the devotee. We can see very elaborated in these verses. It's a very excellently they are giving the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Kaviswami Goswami is explaining about what is the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Initially in these verses, very nicely is given that one. We go to the text 1. Please accept me, the verses which is I'm singing, maybe not at a very good quality and the slang also. Okay. Sārvabhauma bhujan savanitakam amogagam agni garuva sapotachara gaurasavam bhakta viktyam. The translation, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gurudev ki Jai, Nita Gaura Pramanandya Hari Hari Bol. Translation: while the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking the Prasādam at house of Chaitanya of the Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya, Amogha criticized him. Still, the Lord accepted the Amogha, thereby showing how much he was obliged in his devotees. So, actually, in these verses, simply Mahaprabhu, how to showing is the mercy, the showing in these verses, in the first verses. While Mahaprabhu honoring the Prasādam in the house of Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya, Amogha criticizing to eating there, this is so much is still the Mahaprabhu forgive to accepted Amogha. By this the Lord show here he becomes the controlled by the love and his devotees. Here our one thing that Srila Prabhupada mentioning, it is the Lord is the Bhakta Vaishya. Bhakta Vaishya means the controlled by devotees. Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing here one thing is the Bhakta Vaishya is calling, no? The being controlled by his devotees. Srila Prabhupada always oftenly explaining that although the Supreme Lord is all the powerful, Supreme Lord is all the powerful, he is voluntarily becomes conquered by the love and his devotees. If you take the Srimad Bhagavatam, Agam Bhakta Pratayona Ya Asvastara Iva Diriche. What is this one? In the mentioning of the Srila Prabhupada, here, I am dependent on my devotees. I am dependent on devotees. I am dependent on my devotees. This is the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavan himself is telling, the reference given Srila Prabhupada. One more thing, here, the same way you are giving, offending the devotees, it is a very dangerous. It is a very dangerous. Here, the Amogha criticized the Mahaprabhu while he honored the Prasādam because of it is the Vaishnava offense. It is called of the Vaishnava offense. He become a seriously ill. This is the one what we are to take it very seriously. Any devotees, anybody, any Prasādam, whatever, we should not do the criticize, because that's why the Srila Prabhupada is the mentioning, I am dependent on my devotees. I am dependent on my devotees. The Mahaprabhu, that's the Krishna is telling this message. So here the criticizing the devotees, it is what will happen. It is the happening, the destroying only the spiritual progress. It is not destroying the material. Afterward it will come, but the spiritual, what is our goal? Our goal is back to Godhead. If you are the criticizing in the devotees, what will happening? So the spiritual progress will be destroying. So that's why Srila Prabhupada always the mention one thing, the one note was taken from the nectar of instruction. Dishta Sārvabhauma Jayanta Vipasha. This the sloka is mentioning one should not criticize the devotees for apparent fault. This apparent fault we should not do. This is the nectar of instruction Srila Prabhupada mentioning in this one. Here, okay, these things are happening, but how the mercy of Mahaprabhu, even though the Amogha offended him, Mahaprabhu forgive him, give him the Krishna Prema. That's why is the very, very important. Mahaprabhu is named the Padita Pavana. The Padita Pavana means the savior of the fallen, the most merciful incarnation of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Padita Pavana. When you are reading, I cannot control my tears. How much the Mahaprabhu was given the show the mercy. When the taking the Prasādam, he is the criticizing so much in the Amogha, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not react anything. That is the one, he is showing the mercy, Padita Pavana. So, in this verse, and the same thing, one more, the glorification is there, Sri Sata Goswami Astaka, they are telling, Nana Sastra Vinacharaya Nirpana Sat Dharma Samtabahuru. What is telling in the verses, you can mention how you can, the Goswami taught compassion and upliftment. That's why the Srila Prabhupada mainly teaching for us in the Mahaprasadam is the spiritual. It is not in the ordinary food. Srila Prabhupada mentioning is the Mahaprasadam is the spiritual. So in the Prabhupada always explaining the Prasadam is not ordinary food. It is the mercy of Krishna. So Prasādam means it is the mercy of Krishna. If you take in the Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan himself is telling, Yajna Sastrana Santo Mucchute Sarva Kilmashate. What is telling? Those who eat the food offered to Krishna become freed from the sins. Who taken the food, offered the Prasādam, that is the Krishna freed from the sins. So here the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's giving the mercy from here. The Amogha talked materially. Amogha was criticizing materially. Why is the sannyasi eating so much? But Mahaprabhu eating is that transcendental. He doesn't know because he is the material mood. Is the material convention is mind. He thinking is taking the he doesn't know about the prasadam of value. So Amogha is criticizing when the Mahaprabhu is taking this the one. So Mahaprabhu is the eating is a transcendental. So here never judge for the any devotee in the advanced devotee externally. We are somebody taking more prasadam, this devotee. Why you taking this much prasadam was taken? We never say this one. Because it is a transcendental. It is the Krishna mercy. The Krishna has given this prasadam to him. So when we are serving the prasadam, we giving more and more. How much they want it. It is more merciful they will get. And the same who given the prasadam, they will also get simultaneously that mercy. Because it is a Krishna prema. It is the Krishna prasadam. So that's why here the mentioning of the Srila Prabhupada always. But here in the Srila Prabhupada mentioning when the Bhagavad Gita here the Avanyateti ma muda. Avanyateti ma muda, they're telling the foolish person there decide me when I appear the human like a form. So that the material people, the mundane people, they not understand why the Krishna is appearing every yuga. That's why because of is the mercy. This is the mercy we are getting. Here, for the example in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in this chapter, the Amogha was, although Amogha was committed offense, but Mahaprabhu forgive him because of the Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya of the devotion. Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya for this the devotion, Mahaprabhu is accepted. That's why over to our, whenever the association with the pure devotees, even though he unknowingly like me made the mistake, because of the mercy, the senior Vaishnava get the mercy for us. So yeah, that's why Mahaprabhu is given one in the Sistastakam. Sri Devi Abhi Sunichene, Tarur Abhi Sunisnesa. That your devotee should be humble and tolerant. This is the Mahaprabhu was given the Sistastakam 3rd verses. So whatever in this one the explaining about in the Mahaprabhu, in the Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya, in these the verses, it is the very important. So Bhojan means the honoring the prasadam. Amoham means the Amoha, the Bhakta Vakshanam, the Lord control the devotees. Actually, for the taken in these verses, 4 points we can take in the important things is here. The glory of the Prasadam, avoid Vaishnava Aparata, and third one, Mahaprabhu mercy is there, and Lord controlled by love. The 4 things in this verses teaching for us. So anyway, after that we are hearing this one, we should not criticize the devotees. We should not honor the prasadam for the any offenses, because you should not offend any prasadam. So always the grateful of the mercy, we get the prasadam. So in these pastimes, the sword, although the offense of the dangerous, the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even is the greater by serving the devotee, honoring the prasadam, to avoiding the criticism. So we can to receive the Lord mercy. That's why anything, just my senior Vaishnavas in the lectures I was heard about hearing. Anything, anybody, the devotee, somebody that we are the maybe misunderstanding, we are something, maybe we cannot able to cooperate with him, we cannot able to along with the frequency. Sometimes is that we have to as the Vaishnava go with him and to obeisance to their feet and to invite it to house, give the prasadam. It will be nullified whatever we are the misunderstanding, whatever things is, because the prasadam is making the mercy, which the Krishna will give this one. For the example in this one. So those here for the Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya is the pure Vaishnava, pure devotee. He is inviting the Mahaprabhu, he is giving the prasadam, but he is the son-in-law making the offending about the Mahaprabhu. But Sārvabhauma Bhattacharya of the devotion, that in the Amoha, whatever he criticizes, Mahaprabhu is taking the mercy, is taking the give the love to him and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this is the one what we are the learning from in the Mahaprabhu, the mercy in the first verses. So Mahaprabhu came with the unprecedented of the mercy, is the one. Okay, now we are going to the text number 2. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. The translation: the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to the Lord Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to the Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of the Lord Chaitanya. Yeah, is the in this the Mangalacharana, the auspicious offering of the obeisance of before the describing the Lord pastimes. This is the one. So in the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami glorifying before he started about this Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, all the Vaishnavas. So whatever here the spiritual life, whatever we are doing, the start of the spiritual life begins first to be the glorifying the Lord, the taking the shelter of the Guru and Vaishnavas, and third one offering the respect of the devotees. This is the learned from in these verses. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami was given this message for us. Srila Prabhupada mentioning we cannot approach the Krishna directly without mercy. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here. So repeatedly, Srila Prabhupada is telling this one. We receive the Krishna through the Guru and Vaishnavas. Without the Guru, without the Vaishnava, we cannot get the mercy. That's why the Mahaprabhu associates that is the mercy of incarnations. That's why is the Mahavadanyaya. Is the Mahaprabhu is the Mahavadanyaya. That's why here one supporting verses we will see here Guru Ashtaka. That is, we are every day morning Mangalarti doing. The last verses is mentioning Yashya Prasada Bhagavat Prasado Yashya Prasada Na Gaito Kote Bahi. What is telling is the mention of it there, by the mercy of Guru, one get the mercy of Krishna. Without the Guru, we will not get the Krishna mercy. Krishna Prema will not get this. Same here, the glorifying of the devotee, very essential, very, very essential. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, it's a very, very, very important. Why this one, the Chaitanya Charitamrita class, we are glorification because of this, all the devotee of the Lord Chaitanya. It's very, very important, because the real devotee, is the respect the devotees, glorifies the devotee, serve the devotees. Is the important about thing. So if you are taking in the Srimad Bhagavatam also, the Mat Bhakta Puja Bayat Kita, they're telling one verse is coming. The Krishna says, worship my devotees is the greater than direct worship of me. Krishna himself is telling. More than here, one more mentioning Srila Prabhupada, Lord Nityananda, it's a represents of the unlimited mercy. Lord Nityananda is a represents of unlimited mercy. Srila Prabhupada especially emphasized the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. He delivers the most fallen souls. And one more, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sobditya. They are telling the Mahaprabhu and the Nityananda are compared to the rising sun and moon who remove the darkness. So we are in the Ajnana. In the Ajnana, who is removing? Here mentioning Mahaprabhu and the Nityananda. Very nicely they are compared here, rising sun and moon. They remove the darkness. So here all the glorification should come to the congregational about the glorification of from where? In the Sankirtana. In the Sankirtana is the loudly glorifying the Lord is the devotees. That's why the Srila Prabhupada always mentioning in the Kali Yuga, most important process mentioning Srila Prabhupada, chanting, glorifying and hearing about the Lord and accepting the Prasādam. Is this the four things that Srila Prabhupada always emphasizing from here? If you are in the Prana, the Narada Purana, they are mentioning here, Narada Purana mentioning Hariyare Nama Kevalam. Only the holy name can deliver people in Kali Yuga. So we are always in the take what our Mahaprabhu and the Guru Parampara saying, we have to follow from this one. So accept offering the respected and glorifying the Guru and Vaishnava and pray for the mercy. We are always pray for the mercy. We are venting the front of Lord, getting the mercy. We no need to the other the material things as I want this one, nothing. Only getting the mercy, offering the praying to the mercy. Because if you are praying to the mercy from the Lord, we are success on the bhakti. Comes through the humanity and the blessings. The very, very important the blessings. Without the blessing, without the mercy, we cannot able to go and advance the spirituality. That's why in the Guru Tattva, is showing here the Srila Prabhupada mentioning Mahaprabhu means is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nityananda is the Balarama. Advaita, Mahavishnu is the Mahavishnu avatar. The devotees, the Lord mercy of potency. The Lord mercy of potency. So all together is the spread about our the Sankirtana movement all over the world, all over the world. Say, so always the devotional life begins with the glorification, humility, and dependent to the Vaishnava mercy by chanting of the holy names of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, and Advaita, and serving the devotees. One become a qualifier of the pure devotion. This is the verse very nicely Srila Prabhupada was mentioning so many quotes. Now we go to the text number 3. Jayasti Chaitanya Charitamrita Strato Gana Chaitanya Charitamrita Yagna Paranadana. Amazing on one word is mentioning. The translation mentioned all the glories to the listeners of Chaitanya Charitamrita who have accepted it is as their life and soul, as their life and soul. Very, very important that Krishnadas Kavidam Goswami glorifying the devotees who hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita with faith and devotion. That's why our Ramananda Prabhu, my understanding the more than 7th year more than, he continues emphasizing the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please come to all the devotees, come to the glorification of the Lord, glorification of the Nityananda, glorification of the devotees. He is putting on more effort, putting in the group. Please join 100%, please join the 100% your attendance to hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now when in these verses I read, I was the realization. So how the Ramananda Kannaya Prabhu, His Grace Ramananda Kannaya Prabhu, he is the coordinating and assigning the people, how he putting the mercy is given to all the devotees. I was the realized when I read this in these verses. Really very thank you so much Prabhuji, your effort. It is not the easy Prabhuji, it is not the easy. Because you are bringing the, maybe probably I was joined in the 2021 or 22 in the group. So when this hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, what is the benefit it is that? This is the Krishna Goswami is the mentioning is because of the Pranadana. The Chaitanya Charitamrita is not like okay, hearing and going. It is the Pranadana, life and wealth. It is the life and soul. That is the touch with that. That's why Srila Prabhupada is telling it is the Chaitanya Charitamrita, reading, hearing, these all are the PhD. It is called of the PhD. Why they are telling? This is the important message here. Because a pure devotee is the consider hearing about the Mahaprabhu, not ordinary lecture. It is not ordinary lecture. But the spiritual life itself, it is the soul, it is connected with the soul. Life and wealth of life and soul is connected in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why in the Srila Prabhupada was given, it is hearing the foundation of the bhakti. It is the foundation of the bhakti. That's why Srila Prabhupada strongly emphasized in the spiritual life, being by hearing, very sincerely hearing about the Lord, and heart becomes purified. Heart becomes purified. So that's why the Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here. Here, one word, the Srimad Bhagavatam also, the mentioning one quote, the Srivartam Sava Kadaha Krishnaha Punya Sarvanga Kirtanaha. What is that? Krishna, cleanness. Krishna means cleanness, the heart. One who hearing is the message. One hearing this message. One hearing the past times. That is the mercy is the getting. The cleanness of our heart. That's why it's the very, very important for us to the why we are in the ISKCON. They are all the Vaishnava, all the Acharyas. They are telling, reading the Bhagavad Gita, reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and hearing the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing the Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is the essential of our spiritual life. That's why the Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, because in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is not different from the Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita means it's not different from the Mahaprabhu. The Srila Prabhupada is explaining this one. It is the transcendental lectures. It is the called of the transcendental lecture about the Lord's spirituality. Identify Him. When hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, sincerely we associate directly with Mahaprabhu. The Chaitanya Charitamrita class, it is not ordinary. It is not ordinary lecture. It is directly associated with Mahaprabhu. That's why it's very, we are telling. We are reading in the Srimad Bhagavatam also. Nasta prayase abdreshu nitya Bhagavata sevaya. Nitya Bhagavata sevaya. By regularly hearing the Bhagavatam, impurities of are destroyed. Whatever the anarthas will go to the destroyed. So hearing and chanting. Why? It is the pranatana. It is called of the pranatana. It shows the devotee solely the spiritually through the Harikatha, wherever hearing, it is the gun. That is the one that devotee is always the pranatana. The acharya is the pranatana. So here mentioning it. But the material people, they are worshipping to the Lord, or we are doing to the spirituality. Why? Because of they are asking the money, they are asking the prestige, they are asking the enjoyment. The three things the material people, they want to come close to the Lord and worshiping. But devotee in the life with that hearing and chanting, serve the Krishna, take the Prasādam, association the devotees. This is the different from the non-devotees and the devotees, how they are going to do. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan is mentioning, Matchitta Matkada Pranam Bodhayanta Parasparam. Matchitta Matkada Pranam Bodhayanta Parasparam. The pure devotees always discuss with the Krishna and deserve the satisfaction. The Bhagavad Gita is mentioning that one. Matchitta Matkada Pranam Bodhayanta Parasparam. All the devotees, all the pure Vaishnava, they are discussing about the Bhagavan, the lila and fast times and hearing. They get happiness. They get the ananta. They get the happiness. When hearing, that is the ananta will come us. So whatever the hearing the Krishna Kada in the Mahaprabhu store, the fast times, definitely whatever we have the anarthas, it will go out. So this is the devotee, always the spiritual advancement. Daily hearing the Katha, daily hearing the lectures and reading the Srila Prabhupada books and association with the devotees and hearing the Chaitanya lila and take the Prasādam and do the book distribution. So this is the transformation happen our heart always. So that the Srila Prabhupada mood always the mention from the Srila Prabhupada, the dedicate is the life to the always he dedicated his whole life from the translating the books, the printing the books, distributing the transcendental books to the why the Srila Prabhupada was doing? Because hearing the transcendental knowledge, the spiritual, in the spirituality, it is a called of the Suchama. The Suchama, it is coming the transcendental knowledge by the Suchama, we are hearing that one. The serve the conditioned soul. Why the Srila Prabhupada is doing? Serve the conditioned soul. Prabhupada is a Padita Pavana. Srila Prabhupada is the Padita Pavana. Why? Because the fallen souls in the material world to come to that, go to the back to Godhead. That's why the Srila Prabhupada first book edition was writing back to Godhead. That is the mind. That is emphasizing how the Krishna is there. They're mentioning it. Same because it's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is the Krishna Shakti. It is there. Krishna Shakti is there here in this one. Because if the spiritual preaching happens only by the Krishna's empowerment. That's why Srila Prabhupada always England, one who attentively hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita gradually developed. Here I saw that so many senior Vaishnavas since 2021 and 22 onwards, they continuously, gradually they are coming. Gradually, they never miss the class Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because when I read the verses, I was understand it. Because why this happening? Because of the faith, humility, taste of the chanting, attachment of the Mahaprabhu. Attachment of the Mahaprabhu. That's why Ramananda Kanya Prabhu is attachment of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very closely. That's why every week, you putting the message, you putting the whatever implement is doing very close to the one my Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this really once again my humble obeisance to his lotus feet of Ramananda Kannaya Prabhu. When this chapter and reading these 3 verses, I am remembering to you how much you are putting effort. This is the pure devotee of the concept. I am not the fake man. You are the name of and glorification. This effort is not ordinary, Prabhuji. It's not effort ordinary. When I reading these verses, I was realized how much the Ramananda Kannaya Prabhu is meant putting on a weekly basis, assembling the devotees, hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you connecting to Mahaprabhu, all the devotees. That's why in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is actually in the Chaitanya Charitamrita is not ordinary scholarship. It is not ordinary scholarship. It is the spiritual nourishment for the soul, the spiritual nourishment of the soul. One who's accepted Mahaprabhu teaching as a life and the soul become a purified and advance on the devotional service. It is the advance on the devotional service. Advance on the devotional service. That's hearing the bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. What is telling the Prahlad Maharaj? The hearing and chanting was the limbs of the bhakti, the taste of Harikatha, That was why that the Srimad Bhagavatam one verse is telling, Satam Prasangam Mama Viro Samovita. It's a saintly association, discussion, the Lord became the pleasing of the heart. Whenever hearing that Kada, Krishna Kada, it is the pleasing the heart. Okay, now we go to the text 4. Ye mata Mahaprabhu Bhakta Gana Sangha Nale Kere Rahi Kere Nirta Gita Range. The translation, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed at Jagannath Puri, he constantly enjoyed chanting and dancing with his devotees. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent all time with the devotees. Because why? The Sankirtana and dancing and chanting, association with the devotees in the Jagannath Puri. So that's why the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed 6 years in the Jagannath Puri. Because here the Mahaprabhu, actually, why the Mahaprabhu doing? Why the staying and doing all the things is because the joyfully congregational chanting. It is the congregation. How much is the strong of the congregational chanting? How much the strong of the congregation? That's why Srila Prabhupada very nicely standardized 4:30 Mangalarti. And continues on the Mangalarti, take this the Narsimha-arti. And continues on that one, take the Guru Arti. After the continues on the Tulasi Arti. And the continues on that one to the Guru Arti is to make the standardizing. After that, before that in the Tulasi Arti, all the temples, they're sitting and chanting the 16 rounds. They are completed on the day because they are get the purification. They are getting in the front of the Tulasi, in the front of the Lord, 16 round in the chanting is completed means on the whole day they are fresh. They are protection by they are protecting by themselves from the chanting the Harinama Sankirtana. That is the congregational chanting is very, very important. From the ISKCON is we are emphasizing this one. Our movement is the Sankirtana movement. Our movement is the Sankirtana. Sankirtana means actually religion for the Kali Yuga. That's very, very, that's why the Srila Prabhupada repeatedly emphasizing the Yuga Dharma for this age of Harinama Sankirtana. In the Yuva Dharma is the Harinama Sankirtana. Mahaprabhu personally demonstrated this by the constantly chanting and the dancing the devotees. See, our devotee, Mahaprabhu is the none other the Lord Supreme Krishna, is the Supreme Personality of God. The Mahaprabhu is the showing how this one, the showing is the mercy. He doing the chanting regularly. He doing the chanting the regularly. That's why the Hari Hare Nama, Hari Hare Nama, Hari Hare Nama Kevalam. Kevala nastu, eva nastu, gatir anyate, nothing, only the holy name. In the Kali Yuga, only the holy name to the back to Godhead. So this is our important things. Why the Mahaprabhu doing the chanting continuously is the one mentioning here. Because devotional service means it is the joyful. It is not on the burden. It is devotional service, it's a joyful, not in the burden. That's why that the nirte the range, which is the meaning in this verse telling nirte gita range means joyful singing. What we are getting that all the devotees are the singing, it is mesmerizing our mind. The getting that in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it is come to the heart for the cleanness for this one. Dancing and spiritual celebration. Actually, in the holy names, it is the daily basis, the spiritual celebration. It is the call of the spiritual celebration, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That's why the Srila Prabhupada, Krishna consciousness is the joyful, not in the dry philosophy. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in the one of the lectures, Krishna consciousness means it's joyful. It is not in the dry philosophy. So the Bhagavad Gita also, it is the mentioning of the Sukrutam Kartam Avyayam. The Bhakti is the joyful performed. Bhakti is the joyful performed. How it will happening? Association with the devotee. Bhakta Gana Sangha. With the devotees, the Mahaprabhu never performed a Sankirtana alone. Mahaprabhu never performed alone. He is always doing the Sankirtana along with the devotees. Why? Because that is the spiritual strength. That is the coming to the spiritual strength of the devotee association. The devotee association means it is the spiritual strength. It's a spiritual strength. If you are taking some of the verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam also, Sadam Prasangam Mama Vriyo Samvito. What is telling? All the saintly association, one develop the devotion. The Mahaprabhu personally practiced. That's why the Srila Prabhupada always emphasized. Mahaprabhu is ideal Acharya. He is the Supreme Lord. He is the ideal Acharya. He is the Bhakta. He is the Parama Bhavana. He is the Mahabhadanyaya. Mahaprabhu is the getting in the Kali Yuga is the not in the ordinary, he is the mercy. There is nothing is that. He actually in the personally chanting and dancing, he is the continuous chanting when he is doing the chanting. That's why that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also one verse is mentioning Apani Acharya Bhakti Sukrutam Sapere. I shall personally practice devotional service, touch to everyone. That's why Mahaprabhu, he always association with devotees. That's why they're called up the Mahaprabhu trees. So very, very important is that in the material world, the people are there. What they are doing this one there, people are dancing and sense gratification. The singing, they are taking the enjoyment. If you are taking the New Year celebration, the people are enjoying and dancing. If you go some party, the material people enjoying and dancing. These all are the sense gratification, what they mentioned. Because they want to gather of the material pleasure. But here the devotional way, the devotees always there along with the Mahaprabhu performed. Why? The music and dancing, gathering in the pure spiritual activity, centered of the Krishna, centered of the Krishna. So always Mahaprabhu, the following the daily chanting, participate in the kirtana, dance and the before the deities, association with the devotees, serve the Sankirtana mission. This is the Mahaprabhu daily doing. This is the daily doing. So that's why the Srila Prabhupada, the spread in the Krishna consciousness all over the world. Srila Prabhupada not keeping himself in the Krishna consciousness himself. He is giving to the spreading the all over world, spreading the all over world. Why? Because of the Guru. Guru was told, go to that, spread out this knowledge. This is the Srila Prabhupada exactly culture all over world. Kirtan, Prasādam, dancing, philosophy and devotee association. This is the Srila Prabhupada was done. This is the Srila Prabhupada was given for showed this one. Because this is the Mahaprabhu movement. It is the Mahaprabhu movement. The practical and the full, the universal. The Prabanja all over world to make the Sankirtana Yajna. So all to back to God. This is the very, very important. So Mahaprabhu prescribed is the holy name would spread everywhere. Mahaprabhu spreading everywhere. So the Mahaprabhu movement, joyful congregational chanting in this association of the devotee by the participating and the Sankirtana, one experiences the spiritual happiness, the gradually awakens of the love of Krishna, love for the Krishna, love for the Krishna. So very, very important here. In the one, that's the one, the Srimad Bhagavatam also one verse, the translation is mentioning Srila Prabhupada, the intelligent people worshipping the Lord through the Sankirtana. Through the Sankirtana, Srila Prabhupada mentioning in the one purport. Who are the intelligent people, the worshipping Lord through the Sankirtana. That's why any classes for the ISKCON, any classes, any senior Vaishnava Acharyas, the Gurus, they are giving, start with the Sankirtana. Start with the Sankirtana. That's why it is the joyful. That is the one that is given here. So the Sankirtana, the Kirtaniya Sadahari, Kirtaniya Sadahari, Kirtaniya Sadahari. The holy name should always be chanted. Now we go to the text number 5, oh Krishna, 8 o'clock. Okay. I just read the translation only. The time is going very up. In the beginning, Paramswara Jagannatha Darshana Netre Gita Kare Dana Dana Pranam Satvartana. The translation, in this, the beginning of the in the day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the deity of the Lord Jagannath in the temple. He offered him the obeisances to and prayers and danced and sang up before him. Here, in these verses, actually describe the daily devotional service of the life Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing in the Jagannath temple. Doing the Jagannath temple, he doing the activities, taking the darshana, offering to the obeisance, chanting, dancing, and praying to the before of the Lord, and the teaching the practical devotional life. Mahaprabhu is the practical our life from the showing here. So that's why Srila Prabhupada mentioning deity worship is the direct association with the Lord. Deity worship is the strongly recommended. Srila Prabhupada is not, it's actually the deity is not the ideal. The deity is not the personally Krishna, present is the mercy. The deity is the personally given the mercy to that. Mahaprabhu himself daily visited the Jagannath and showing the importance of the temple worship and the darshana. In the Mahaprabhu in line it showed that mercy here. So, because why this the Krishna is accepting the offering, the made with the devotion. Krishna offering, that's why the Bhagavad Gita also, the Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yo Madhya Prajyate. Whatever you do, the love and affection, that's the Krishna is accepting. That's in the mentioning in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord always the representative is given to us always through the Acharya. This is very, very important they are making. Yeah, one more, the mentioning in the Mahaprabhu, in the took of the Darshana, Jagannatha, the Srila Prabhupada is mentioning the Mangalarti. Mangalarti morning, the spiritual practice, very, 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 very important. It is the secret of success. One who want to develop the spiritual life to improvement, it is the secret of success, Mangalarti. It's purely we are realized that one. In the Mangalarti is the success of secret, our devotion. So that's why the Srila Prabhupada mentioning Mangalarti should attend everybody. Mangalarti should attend everybody because it is the secret of the success from our devotion. Chanting, prayer, darshana, spiritual reading, everything our life to motivate in spirituality and spiritualize our life. This one. And the Srimad Bhagavatam also mentioning Tasmat Ekena Manasa Bhagavan Satvant Pai. What the one should fix the mind is to Supreme Lord in the early morning Brahma Muhurta. Early morning Brahma Muhurta, if you are attain your things to the Lord on the whole day, you are protected. On whole day you are protected. How the bhakti means the engage of the bhakti and bow down the one and sangha and danced and prayed. This is the Srila Prabhupada is telling. The devotional service means engaging all the senses in Krishna service. All the senses to the service to the Krishna. How the Dhruva Maharaj and all the Prahlad Maharaj and the Acharyas, the Gurus, they are doing that regularly. So we are getting from the get the mercy from that. So here in the Narada Purana also telling one verses the translation, the bhakti means using the senses in service of the master of the senses. The bhakti means using the senses in service of the master of the senses. Why? Because of the kirtana before of the deity is highly powerful, highly powerful. In front of the Lord, you are singing the Lord, you are praying the Lord, you are dancing the Lord. It is the more powerful, it is the more powerful. The Mahaprabhu danced in front of the Lord in the Jagannath because that's why the Srila Prabhupada emphasized here, established in the ISKCON, Arati, Kirtana, temple Kirtana, public of the Sankirtana, throughout the world. This is the Srila Prabhupada established in the ISKCON. Because that's why the Mahaprabhu is the first person mentioning Seto Darbana Marjanam, chanting the cleanness of the heart. So deep important message from here. Because the Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord himself, is teaching us, and one example is giving the humility, worshipping, prayer, and obeisance the temple standard. So this is the Apne Acharya Bhakti. The practice of the devotional personally it is coming there. That's why the Chaitanya Charitamrita is the Bhakti Sangame Saphere. That's one I shall personally practice. Bhakti means teach to everyone. Mahaprabhu showing here, he personally doing these things is the teaching for us everyone. So definitely we are take up all the seed you are all are doing. The personally what I want to learn myself from this verses from all the senior Vaishnava Acharyas, do regularly take this darshana, regularly offer obeisance the sincerely, and regularly participate on the Krishna Kada enthusiastically, and regularly day to with always the Krishna conscious. This is my point of to what we have to take from myself to in the Krishna consciousness. So this in this life, not in the ordinary, it is ideal daily life for the devotee by beginning of the day with the darshana, prayer, chanting, humble worship, and gradually purify the heart and develop our love for Krishna. So this is the one we are the daily basis to the doing how much the Srila Prabhupada standardized all over the world is the spread out this message in the Sankirtana Yajna and standard of the devotion, standard of the bhakti, all Srila Prabhupada mentioning, all Srila Prabhupada is given. Amazing. That's why he is the Jagat Guru. He is the Jagat Guru. Srila Prabhupada is the Jagat Guru. The deity worship offering the praise limbs of the bhakti is telling always, always, always. The Lord is seeing through his eyes, illuminated with the devotion. So this is the important of the fifth version. We go to the sixth version. Sixth text is Aplo Boga Leg the Kare Debre Vijaya Adidasa Milli Ase Apana Nilaya. After in the visiting the temple, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would remain outside the during of the Upala Boga offering. He would then go meet Aridas Thakura and return is the residence. So here the version in this verse is mentioning Mahaprabhu respect the temple standard and deep affection with Aridas Thakura. How much the Mahaprabhu is showing his mercy in the Aridas Thakura and he exalted the position of the pure devotee. Showing. That's why the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord of Personality of Godhead, went to meet to the Aridas Thakura daily basis. So Srila Prabhupada was actually important message is given here. Respect the temple regulation and Vaishnava etiquette. Vaishnava etiquette, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning it. Because during the offering to the Bhoga, to the Lord Jagannath, the Prasādam, to remind that Srila Prabhupada always telling that temple worship is the must be performed according to our proper standard and discipline. Discipline this one. This is the very, very important. That's why the ISKCON, that's why Srila Prabhupada in the is the life 108 temple was established by Srila Prabhupada. Why? This is the one standardized. Now I think my small understanding is more than 600 temples all over the world. That's why one more, our Guru Maharaj was given one nice temple project in Krishna Kada Desh, Birnagar, Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj was making one, because he is the pure our Acharya, in the standard of Acharya, in the Krishna Kada Desh, the mercy of our Guru Maharaj is given this one. Take this temple project, do it the project in the Krishna Kada Desh, all the devotees all over the world doing this one. Because of this mercy, this is the mercy. Why? Because the temple worship is the must performed according to the proper standard and discipline. The bhakti is not the sentimental. Bhakti is not the sentimental. Srila Prabhupada mentioned, Bhakti is not the sentimental. It includes the respectful behavior and regulation is the mention. That's why the Bhagavad Gita is saying that one, yes, Sastra Vitam Uschate, Britete Kama Kartate. This the one should follow the spiritual regulations, very, very important. Because the Mahaprabhu here, the showing the Aridas Thakura, in the regularly visited one, is showing his mercy. Because of he is a pure devotee. So we are also, when we are, I heard one the lecture from the Srila Prabhupada mentioning, somebody is asking, you can see the God, you can see the God, you are worshipping the Krishna, somebody asked the question. The Srila Prabhupada telling, yes, he's telling, daily I'm seeing the God. Because that pure devotion, when you are come to that, definitely you can talk to the Krishna, you are getting the mercy from Krishna, you associate with the Krishna because of the pure our heart to that. So that's why the Srila Prabhupada mentioning them. Actually here, one more thing, the Mahaprabhu showing his mercy, the Haridas Thakura is not in the religion wisely, is not in the Hindu family, but is the Muslim family. But Mahaprabhu showing his mercy, you see, he never see, the Krishna never judge. Is the one birth and caste and social, what is status, anything not seeing. Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He going to meet the Aridas Thakura. This is the showing that one. That's the important about the devotion. That's why the Srila Prabhupada, when he started the ISKCON, he never, somebody that also told, why you are keeping the Krishna consciousness, you keep the God consciousness. No, Srila Prabhupada's vision and mission is extraordinary. It's extraordinary. It's the religion, whatever the countries, all the beyond that one, the Krishna consciousness. He is the black person, he is white person, he is the very higher Brahmanical person, he is the nothing, he never seeing everything. This is the Krishna consciousness. This is the ISKCON movement. Srila Prabhupada established in all over the world. because this is the one we are bring it here. So anyone to attain the supreme destination through the devotion. That's the mentioning here. The Haridas Thakura, that's called of the Mahaprabhu is giving Namacharya, because we know all this story about the Haridas Thakura. So I don't want to go and begin this all the, because you are all the senior Vaishnava, all the knowing that one in the there is the past times this one, because of in the Haridas Thakura is showing his life teaching humility, tolerance, constant chanting. This is the Haridas Thakura. So here, that's why in this third verse, which is the given the Sestastakam, the verse the perfectly matching the Haridas Thakura. Perfectly matching Thakura. Three apis tunistena, taror api sanishuha. Is this the perfectly matching the Haridas Thakura from here? The Mahaprabhu is the, that's why the Srila Prabhupada is the one anybody want to the spiritual advancement that depend upon the association with the advanced devotee. That's why we are always along with the Siksha Guru, always with the pure Vaishnava, always with the Guru. Why the telling? Because we are getting the mercy. Siksha Guru is not in the ordinary. Diksha Guru is not in the ordinary. These all are the supreme personality of Godhead given the message. This is the parampara. So always our gurus, we are to give the respect, obeisations with him, association with him. We will get the empower, we will get the devotion, we get the purified ourselves. The Guru is not ordinary person. The Mahaprabhu is showing here. Because of here, everything. We are through the silently association is very important develop our thing in devotional service. Because why no? In the Haridas Thakura, consider himself the unqualified. He's telling this one, enter the temple. Why? Because they are not allowed from the temple in Jagannath. But Mahaprabhu showed his mercy. He take the darshan, he directly go to the meet to the Haridas Thakura. How the mercy was happening? This is the Mahaprabhu. The pure devotee art greater than external destination. The pure devotee is the art is the greater than external destination. That is the demonstration of the Gaudiya Vaishnava principle. The Gaudiya principle. The devotion is the superior to the material qualification. Because of it is the one. Why? Because of the true spiritual life. The spiritual person seeing everyone equally. Everyone equally. That is the Samapandita. The Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan is telling, I am the Samapandita. I am seeing everybody equally. No enemy, no closing, nothing. That's the year the Mahaprabhu is showing in this mercy here. That's in the verses. That's why we are the following to the all the teaching for us in the ISKCON is the maintaining the respect to the Prasādam, deity worship, seeking association with the devotees sincerely, senior devotees and gurus and Vaishnavas, and never judge any devotees in the material background. Never judge to the material background. Because whenever the material background we see, we will to fall down. Oh, this person is important, very nice. Oh, very no. When the pure, this is the Haridas Thakura is the given to the example of us, the Mahaprabhu. This is the very important for us. So in both the proper of the discipline, the devotional service, the supreme importance of the pure devotion. Mahaprabhu honored the temple standard and give the special affection to the Haridas Thakura, showing that the devotion not in the birth, not in the status, the attract only the mercy of the Lord. So very important here. Namna Mahari Bhagutam, then just Sarva Shaktis. All the spiritual power is the present of the holy name, all the strength of the holy name. So very important. The Mahaprabhu was given this mercy to Haridas Thakura. Text number 7th. Agari Vaishya Karo Prabhu Nama Sankirtana Advaita Asya Kare Prabhoro Bhujana. The sitting in this room, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would chant on his beats, and Advaita Prabhu would come there to worship is the Lord. So here, very important, personally, the chanting of the Mahaprabhu and worshipping the offered Advaita Acharyas. Why? Because of the importance of the Nama Sankirtana. The proper understanding the Mahaprabhu, divine identified Mahaprabhu, this one, the chanting is identified. Even though Mahaprabhu is the Krishna himself, he is none other than, he is the Kimsa himself, constantly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's why the Srila Prabhupada is telling Mahaprabhu is not in the simple ordinary. He is the Mahaprabhu. He is the one showed the power of and show is the mercy for us. That's why our focus on the Gauranitai. Our focus the Gauranitai. That's why our Guru Maharaj also told, over keeping the Gauranitai, we can keep in the deity and worship it, because we get the purified, we get the mercy from the Mahaprabhu. This is the advancement of our the devotional service. Because in the chanting, the essence of the spiritual life, Nama Sangeetna, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly, again telling, chant Hare Krishna mantra, be happy. Chant Hare Krishna, be happy. Chant Hare Krishna, be happy. So very important what the Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, that one. So personal chanting japa and congregation chanting. So personal chanting means it's a japa. When the congregational chanting is the Sangeetana. So Srila Prabhupada strongly established in this daily japa meditation. Daily japa meditation is very important. So Yajnana Japa Yajna Sami. Although all the sacrifice, the Krishna says, I am the Japa. I am the Japa. In the Bhagavad Gita it is telling this one. So I am the name of this one. So Advaita Acharya, he came to meet to the Mahaprabhu, to that one, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He showed that one. He showed that mercy, the worship of Lord and the ideal of the devotee, the unique of the Gaura Lila. These all are the Gaura Lila. One. So always humility, chanting, surrendering to this own our behavior. So very important for that one. Chant attentively and every day, and the maintain the fixed of the rounds what Srila Prabhupada has given, Acharya has given sincerely, following the Mahaprabhu personally. For example, we can take it, worship the Lord with the devotional humility, the balance of the prayer, the japa. This is the one, because why the purified heart? You know, everybody is not those, but this whatever I'm telling, my purification, I'm telling this message to that one. So Hare Krishna. Now we go to the text number 8. Sugandhi shaletana pada achamana sarva lepede prabhu sugandhi chandana. All that while the worshipping the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya would offer him the sainted water to the wash his mouth and feet. Then the Advaita Acharya would smear very fragrant sandalwood plump all his whole body. So here Advaita Acharya personal worship the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, showing is the deep reverence of the intimate devotional service. This is the intimate of the devotional service. That's why Srila Prabhupada highlighted here, this the Advaita Acharya recognized it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not this merely this devotee. He is offering it in the Padaya water. That's why our Guru, while the Vyasa Puja time, we are offering to the water, the lotus feet of washing. It is the Mahaprasad. It is the Mahaprasad. This is why the lotus feet. That's why our ISKCON, all the acharyas, all the gurus, we are in the Vyasa Puja, the senior Vaishnava, the gurus all are, they are washing the hand and they take that water, that is the called of Mahaprasad. And after that, and Achmana for the cleanings of the mouth. The fragrant of the sandal, the paste, it is the demonstrates the faith of the Mahaprabhu. So divinity of the symbolic of the worship. So that's why the Srila Prabhupada explaining such a loving worshipful Archamana, the Archana is the characteristics of the Mahabhagavata, the topmost devotee who sees the Lord directly, serve him personally. He contracts to always to those who are the Lord from the ordinary. This is not the symbolic. The Advaita Acharya action was based on full realization. Advaita Acharya realization was happened. He is the regulation to bring that one. That is the revelation from this one. So the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, the Advaita Acharya goes on Sangeetana Ishvara, here the Maha is mentioning Advaita Acharya directly Supreme Lord. Anyone who does not know his glories, the victim of the external energy. Because this one, in the supporting about the worship of the Chaitanya, which the authentic service of the Krishna himself. Krishna himself, it is the showing that one. The bhakti means the personal service, the Lord loving devotional, not the formally ceremony. They recognize the Mahaprabhu divinity was the Advaita Acharya's unique contribution from this one. It's called of the Krishna Prema. It's called of the Krishna Prema. Worship with the fragrance, the Chandana, Sugandhi, the Sheila, this all the reference of the devotion of the pure, the pleasing and full of surrender. This is the called upon. Now we go to the text number 9. Gale mala dana matala tulasi manjari yata te shruti kare pada nama skaring. Sri Advaita Acharya Maha, this Advaita Prabhu would also the place of the flowers, the garland around with the Lord neck and the tulasi flowers, the manjaris on his head. Then with the folded hands, the Advaita Acharya would offer the obeisance to the prayers unto the Lord. So here the Srila Prabhupada mentioning very, very importantly here, the Advaita Acharya, one deep humility and devotion, even though Advaita Acharya great in incarnation of the Mahavishnu, but he approached the Lord Chaitanya is the folded hand, offering the garland and the tulasi manjaris, the bows and down the reverences, the teach on us, that is the one, the matter of elevated in the soul of man before the Supreme Lord. Manmana bhavabhakto madhyamina namaskuru. That's why the Bhagavan is saying the Gita. Manmana bhavabhakto madhyamina namaskuru. It's a duty to worship the Lord. Always there's humble services. The devotional is offering the garland and tulasi, simply the pure love and surrender. Tulasi is especially dear to the Krishna and pleasing the Lord and shows the highlight the respect. The humility is coming to the Advaita Acharya, despite being the causes of all the Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu showing it is the worshipable and it's showing the devotee, how he become a devotee. This is the showing for example for us. The set the standard, we should approach the Lord same way and for that folded hands and prayers, offering not in the demand and pride. We should not go to the in front of the Lord. I want this one, I want this one, I want nothing. Only need the mercy, merely mercy. Blessing. Only wanted that one. So Bhagavan take over everything. So now this one. So that's why the Bhagavad Gita also 9.26 telling to them. So that the Putram Pashmam Toyam. That's one we are already saw that one. So that's the Advaita Acharya praise the Lord Chaitanya is to appear because of the Lord Advaita Acharyas is the glorification of the Lord, the Krishna, the Mahaprabhu appeared. That's why the emphasis Srila Prabhupada, Advaita Acharya moved on the contract the material tendency, not to seek recognition. Instead of the real, the greatness, the showing, bowing down before the Lord and offering that tulasi and prayers. It's a very, very, very important. Every day, if you are keeping the tulasi in front of the Lord, in front of the Mahaprabhu, in front of the Jagannath, in front of the Narsingadev and Panchatattva, definitely we are getting the affection every day, tulasi. One leaf the tulasi keep in the front of the Lord. We are attachment with the Lord, a daily basis, because the tulasi very near to the Krishna. That's why. So this is the important part of us to the taken this one. So next to the text number 10. Puja patre pushpa.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry Prabhu, I will finish it Prabhuji. Sorry, it is a time.
Prabhu. Devotees are leaving.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. Okay, I will complete this one verses. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna. I'm very sorry, Prabhuji, all the senior Vaishnavas, all the devotees. I take the more time. Please forgive me. Knowingly, unknowingly, some mistakes, any words are telling. Please forgive me, Prabhuji and Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah,
Prabhu, I am audible, Prabhuji.
yeah, you are audible. Everything is okay, but only little time consuming.
Yes,
No
sorry,
issue.
Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji.
It's
I'm
okay,
really,
but
very, very
in
sorry.
a totally in a ecstatic mode. in the
Yeah, I
during
understood, Prabhuji. I understood. Sorry,
Chaitanya
I'm very,
Charit.
very sorry, Prabhuji. Please forgive me, all the Vaishnava. I just to take this aparatha now. Please forgive me, all of us. I take the time. This too much. Sorry, Prabhuji. Please.
Okay, no issues, Prabhu.
Hare
Jai
Krishna.
Haribol.
I follow the
So,
standard. I standard the follows. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, any comments or any doubts, please you can ask Prabhu.
Hare
Till which
Krishna,
verse did
Prabhuji.
we cover today, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
15.1 to 15.9, Prabhuji. 10, I leave it. You can to continue on the 15.10, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sadhar Panchang pronouns to you. Prabhuji, can I ask a small question? Though it's like too late today. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Mataji. Okay. Carry on,
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
a small question like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in body of, he's in body of Krishna and he has bhava of Radharani. So, like this chanting part, is he doing all this as Radharani? What is the secret behind, which I don't know if you can reveal it a bit?
Better I check with our senior Vaishnava Ramananda Kannaya Prabhu Das Prabhu will be given this one explanation, Prabhuji. Ramananda Kannaya Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Okay. I think this is not. Okay, Prabhu Mataji, just a little my things is what my understanding is telling. Actually, is we know everybody this one. There's the mood of Radha Rani, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was appeared. Krishna and Radha Rani, the mood is came here. That's why we are telling the Hare Krishna. Hare means the Srimati Radha Rani and Krishna means the Krishna. So the both we are combined. We are doing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and glorification of the Lord and Srimati Radha Rani. This is the my things is a small things understanding, Mataji. If the more things as anyone that the Vaishnavas is there, they can to share this message. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Mataji, I am audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, okay. Okay, Prabhuji. So, Prabhu, Shamari Prabhuji, you can say something. What is the Mataji was asking, which is I given little bit.
You are very clear in that. Actually, it has to be actually from the senior Vaishnavas. The question is also because as per the part of it's a combination of the Radha and the Krishna. Actually he will be doing the lila on the Seva Bhava only. The Seva Bhava is the primemost which he is feeling in that. That is my concern from my part. How to serve the Lord. The serving of the Lord is nothing but the attitude what you are serving. The attitude is nothing but you have to do the service to the Lord. It's not like that just somebody told to do the service or somebody I have read somewhere in the scriptures. It is not like that. The attitude which you have to build in yourself towards a relationship between the Lord, that he is a supreme and we are his servant and we are always his servant. So that mood you have to insist in your the way that you serve to the Lord, that you have to insist in yourself. So that is my realization, Mataji. Hope so you are then.
Because Prabhuji, secondly, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that Lord Krishna's wife Rukmini, she takes birth as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's wife. Now the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is of Krishna, but the bhava and the inner thing is of Radharani. So there are little bit complications to understand everything minutely while reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. So these things, these questions pop up in my mind when I'm reading. So it is beyond my understanding. So I thought, let me ask here in the group. So maybe we can continue it in the next class because we all are getting late. Time is has already extended too much. So we can continue it in the next class. Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
ma'am.
Sadar
Thank you
Pancham
so much,
Nams to
madam.
all the
Thank you.
devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thanks for
Thank
that.
you for your understanding, Mataji. Hope so. In the next class, it will be clear. We will be
Right.
discussing on this point. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot,
Prabhu,
Prabhuji. Gratitude.
please can you glorify the
So,
Chaitanya Charitamrita? Bhaktanath
okay,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय, जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव की जय, नित्य गौरव परमानंदम, हरि हरि बोल. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving this opportunity
Hare
for
Krishna.
listening today.
Thank
Hare
you very
Krishna.
much, all the devotees. Thank you very much for all the devotees. Sorry for a little bit late. The Prabhu was a bit overexcited. So